All right, so we're diving into some investing books today.
Okay.
12 of them, actually.
Wow.
All picked as the best by The Balance.
Nice.
They cover a pretty wide range of topics.
Mm-hmm.
I bet at least a few of these will be new to you.
Yeah, probably.
There are just so many books out there about investing.
So many.
It's kind of hard to know where to even start sometimes.
Definitely.
But it's pretty amazing how investing has gone mainstream.
Oh, for sure.
It used to be this Wall Street thing,
Right.
but now over 60% of Americans own stocks.
Wow. That's
And
amazing.
for those making $100,000 or more, that number jumps to 85%.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible.
Shows you the connection between wealth and the market, doesn't it?
It really does.
Okay. First up is like the granddaddy of them all.
Okay.
The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham.
Oh, yeah. A classic.
This one's practically a rite of passage.
It is.
And for good reason.
Right.
Graham's not just talking about picking stocks.
Right.
He's teaching you to think like a business owner.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has this concept of margin of safety,
I've heard of that.
where you don't just buy any stock that seems cheap.
Yeah.
You look for ones trading well below their intrinsic value.
Like their actual worth.
Exactly.
Interesting.
It's a buffer against uncertainty.
So even if you're wrong about the future, you've got some cushion.
Exactly.
I thought that.
I also like that he talks about the psychology of investing,
Yeah, yeah.
how our emotions can mess us up.
Oh, for sure. Fear and greed and all that.
Totally. And this edition is updated with commentary by Jason Zweig.
Oh, cool.
So it bridges the gap between Graham's timeless principles and what's going on in the market today.
Nice.
All right, next is The Little Book of Common Sense Investing
Okay.
by John Bogle,
Oh, yeah, I know him.
the founder of Vanguard.
Right?
This one seems to be all about index funds,
It is.
and it makes a compelling case for them.
Definitely.
Bogle argues that most investors,
Mm-hmm.
even professionals,
Right.
can't consistently beat the market.
Yeah, it's true.
So instead of
Yeah.
you invest in a low-cost index fund that just tracks the market.
Okay.
You're basically riding the wave of overall market growth.
But doesn't that mean your returns are limited?
Sure, but over the long haul, the market has historically trended upwards.
Right.
And the beauty of index funds is their simplicity and low fees.
Mhm.
You're not constantly buying and selling,
Yeah.
which can eat into your returns.
Makes sense.
Now, for those of us who are interested in real estate,
Okay.
the book on rental property investing by Brandon Turner seems like a must-read.
Oh, definitely.
Turner is a seasoned real estate investor, and he shares his insights on everything,
Okay.
from finding good deals
Yeah.
to managing tenants,
Mm-hmm.
even the different financing options available.
Wow.
He doesn't sugarcoat it either.
No,
He talks about the pitfalls and mistakes to avoid.
that's important.
And he's the co-host of the Bigger Pockets podcast,
Oh, wow.
which is huge for real estate investors.
It is.
You can tell he's speaking from experience,
Yeah.
which is invaluable for anyone looking to get started.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's shift gears to those just starting out on their investing journey.
Okay.
A Beginner's Guide to the Stock Market by Matthew Cratter seems like a good place to begin.
Definitely.
Cratter takes a really comprehensive approach,
Okay.
starting with the basics, like how the stock market works, what a brokerage account is.
Okay.
He then guides you through choosing your first stocks
Nice.
and even touches on generating passive income.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's interesting because he used to manage a hedge fund.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he's bringing that insider perspective to a beginner audience.
Makes sense.
Exactly. He demystifies a lot of the jargon
Okay.
and makes investing feel approachable for someone who might be feeling intimidated.
Yeah, for sure.
Now we have a book that was written back in the 1970s.
Oh, wow.
The Only Investment Guide You'll Ever Need
Okay.
by Andrew Tobias.
Interesting.
I'm curious, how does a book that old stay relevant in today's fast-paced market?
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Tobias focuses on timeless principles of wealth building.
Okay.
He talks about saving habits, avoiding common financial mistakes,
Right.
and the importance of long-term thinking.
So it's more about building a solid financial foundation than chasing the latest hot stock tip.
Exactly.
Got it.
And he does it with a lot of wit and humor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which makes it a surprisingly enjoyable read considering it's a finance book.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Next on the list is Rich Dad, Poor Dad
Okay.
by Robert Kiyosaki.
Familiar with that one.
This one seems to have become a bit of a cultural phenomenon.
It has.
What do you think makes it so popular?
Well, it's more than just an investment book.
Okay.
It's about challenging your whole mindset around money and success.
Right.
Kiyosaki shares anecdotes about his own poor dad,
Yeah.
who followed a traditional path,
Okay.
and his friend's rich dad, who had a very different approach to wealth.
Interesting. And his main takeaway is about understanding the difference between assets and liabilities, right?
That's a big part of it.
Okay.
He argues that true wealth comes from owning assets that generate income
Okay.
rather than just accumulating possessions that cost you money.
Makes sense.
He also emphasizes financial literacy and taking control of your own financial destiny.
All right, let's talk about a book that's specifically for millennials.
Okay.
The Money Manual by Tanya Rapley.
Oh, yeah.
Millennials face a unique set of financial challenges these days.
They do student loan debt,
Yeah.
a competitive job market, rising living costs.
It can feel overwhelming.
Absolutely.
Rapley's book tackles these issues head on,
Okay.
providing practical advice on budgeting, saving, and getting out of debt.
Mm.
She focuses on building a solid financial foundation before even thinking about investing.
So it's about creating a sense of financial stability
Yes.
and empowerment for young adults who might be feeling lost or discouraged.
Exactly. She meets millennials where they are and offers realistic strategies for taking control of their money.
Makes sense.
Next up is a classic that blends motivation with financial wisdom.
Okay.
Think and Grow Rich
Oh, I've heard of that one.
by Napoleon Hill.
Yeah.
I've heard of it, but I'm not sure I fully grasp what it's about.
Rampant Hill studied incredibly successful people,
Like who?
like Andrew Carnegie and Henry Ford,
Oh, wow.
trying to figure out what made them tick.
Interesting.
He boiled it down to what he called the law of success,
Okay.
which is essentially a set of principles for achieving your goals.
So it's not a how-to guide for investing,
Not really.
but more about developing the right mindset for success.
Exactly. He believed that your thoughts have immense power,
Okay.
and that by cultivating the right mindset, you can attract wealth and abundance into your life.
Now let's talk about a book that addresses the gender gap in investing.
Okay.
The Women's Guide to Successful Investing
Interesting.
by Nancy Tengler. Did you know that only 26% of American women invest in stocks?
Wow, that's low.
It's a startling statistic, isn't it?
It is.
Tengler, who has a long career in the investment world,
Okay.
aims to empower women to take control of their finances.
It's good for her.
Her book provides tailored advice and strategies to help women overcome the unique challenges they face in investing.
Nice.
It's great that she's addressing this issue head-on
It is.
and providing resources specifically for women.
Absolutely.
Okay, moving on to One Up on Wall Street
Okay.
by Peter Lynch.
Oh, yeah, he's a legend.
Lynch managed the Fidelity Magellan Fund and achieved phenomenal returns.
Incredible.
His book emphasizes the idea that everyday investors actually have an advantage over Wall Street professionals.
Interesting.
He calls these advantages 10-baggers.
10 baggers.
Yeah, stocks, with the potential to increase tenfold in value.
Wow. So he's encouraging people to use their own knowledge and experiences to find those hidden gems in the market.
Exactly. He argues that we all have unique insights
Like what?
based on our jobs, hobbies,
Yeah.
the products we use, the
Yeah.
companies we interact with.
It's about paying attention to the world around you
Mm-hmm.
and spotting those opportunities
Yes.
before they become obvious to everyone else.
I like that.
Yeah,
It makes investing feel less like a game of chance
definitely.
and more about utilizing your own strengths and observations.
Absolutely.
All right, let's talk about The Simple Path to Wealth
Okay.
by J.L. Collins.
Mhm.
This one seems to focus on, well, simplicity.
It does.
Collins started writing this book as a series of letters to his daughter, explaining his approach to building wealth in a clear and concise way.
Interesting.
He advocates for index fund investing
Mhm.
and stresses the importance of saving consistently
Yeah.
and taking advantage of compound growth.
So it's a back-to-basics approach.
Yes,
Emphasizing the fundamentals of building wealth over time.
exactly. He cuts through a lot of the noise and complexity that can surround investing and offers a straightforward path that anyone can follow.
And finally, we have Live Richer Challenge
Okay.
by Tiffany Alicia.
This one seems to tackle the issue of debt head on.
It does.
Okay.
Alicia recognizes that debt can be a huge roadblock to achieving your financial goals, including investing.
Mm-hmm.
Her book provides practical steps and motivational guidance to help you get your finances in order
Okay.
and start building wealth.
So it's about creating a solid foundation by getting your debt under control
Exactly.
before diving into investing.
She focuses on creating a budget, paying down debt strategically, and developing a healthy money mindset.
So she's saying, let's clear the clutter first,
Yeah,
then we can start building something beautiful
exactly. And once you've tackled that debt, you can focus on building a brighter financial future.
through investing.
Yes.
Wow, we've covered a lot of ground already.
We have. It's amazing how much wisdom is packed into these books.
It's fascinating how each one offers a different perspective on investing. Some focus on the technical aspects, while others are more about mindset and psychology.
Exactly. That's what makes this list so valuable.
Mm-hmm.
It provides a diverse range of approaches,
Yeah.
so you can find one that resonates with your own financial goals and personality.
Now, I'm curious to hear what stands out to you so far.
Okay.
Which of these books has piqued your interest the most?
Hmm?
And why?
Well, I'm really intrigued by, one thing that strikes me
Yeah.
is how some of these books like The Intelligent Investor and One Up on Wall Street really dive deep into analyzing companies and markets.
Okay.
They provide a framework for understanding businesses
Yeah.
and identifying those hidden gems.
It's like they're giving you the tools to become your own financial detective.
Exactly.
Mhm.
But then you have books like The Little Book of Common Sense Investing and The Simple Path to Wealth
Mm-hmm.
that take a different route.
Okay.
They're all about simplicity and long-term growth through index funds.
Right.
It's a less hands-on approach, recognizing that trying to time the market can be risky.
So it's about finding what level of involvement feels right for you.
Yeah, and for those who want to challenge conventional thinking, you have books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad
Yeah.
that question the whole system.
Kiyosaki really pushes you to think outside the box.
He does.
He's not just saying invest in real estate.
Right.
He's questioning the entire idea of what an asset is and how you can create wealth by changing your mindset.
That's a powerful concept, and it speaks to the idea that investing is not just about numbers, it's about psychology too.
Oh, totally. Remember how Benjamin Graham emphasized that in The Intelligent Investor?
Yeah,
Our emotions can really sabotage our financial decisions if we're not careful.
absolutely. Fear and greed can lead to impulsive moves like selling low in a panic or chasing after the latest hot stock tip.
Right.
That's why having a solid investment strategy is so important.
Okay.
You need to know what you're aiming for, how much risk you're comfortable with, and have the discipline to stick to your plan even when the market gets turbulent.
It's like having a roadmap for your financial journey.
Exactly.
You might encounter detours and unexpected roadblocks.
You will.
But as long as you keep your destination in mind, you're less likely to get lost.
Right, and that's where books like The Psychology of Money can be so helpful.
How so?
They delve into the behavioral side of finance,
Okay.
helping you understand your own biases and develop a more rational approach to investing.
But it's important to acknowledge that not everyone has the same opportunities when it comes to investing.
That's true.
Systemic factors like income inequality and lack of financial education can create real barriers.
You're absolutely right. It's like some people are starting the race a mile behind everyone else.
Yeah.
And that's why advocating for greater financial literacy and access to resources is crucial.
I agree.
Everyone deserves a fair shot at building wealth and achieving their financial goals.
That's a great point. Speaking of accessibility, I'm thinking back to The Money Manual by Tanya Rapley.
Yeah.
It seems like she's addressing a lot of the issues that millennials specifically are facing.
She tackles things like managing student loan debt,
Yeah.
creating a budget when your income might be unpredictable, and starting to save even when it feels like you can barely make ends meet.
It's a tough spot to be in.
It is, but it's the reality for a lot of young people.
True. And then you have a book like Think and Grow Rich, which takes a very different approach.
Right.
It's not about specific investment strategies,
Nope.
but about cultivating the mindset for success.
Exactly. Napoleon Hill spent years studying the habits and beliefs of incredibly successful people from all walks of life. He concluded that success in any area starts with your thoughts.
Interesting.
If you can envision your goals clearly and believe you can achieve them, you're far more likely to make them a reality.
It's like that saying, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
Precisely. It's about harnessing the power of your mind and channeling it towards your financial goals.
And even though Think and Grow Rich doesn't delve into specific investment advice, I can see how that kind of mindset shift could be incredibly beneficial for anyone, regardless of their investing experience.
Absolutely. It's about building confidence, overcoming self-doubt, and developing the resilience to persevere even when faced with setbacks.
Now, you mentioned earlier that some books like One Up on Wall Street advocate for finding investment opportunities that align with your personal knowledge and experience.
Yeah.
That's a pretty interesting concept.
It is Peter Lynch, who is an incredibly successful fund manager, believes that everyday investors have an edge
Okay, how so?
because they can spot trends and opportunities that Wall Street analysts might miss.
Interesting.
He encourages you to invest in what you know.
So if you're a tech enthusiast who spends hours researching the latest gadgets,
Yeah,
you might have a better understanding of which tech companies are poised for growth than someone who's just crunching numbers in a spreadsheet.
exactly.
Yeah.
Lynch argues that by paying attention to the companies and products you interact with in your daily life,
Mm-hmm.
you can gain valuable insights that can inform your investment decisions.
It's like turning your passions and interests into a source of financial intelligence.
Precisely. And it makes investing feel less intimidating and more accessible, doesn't it?
It does. It's like you're empowering yourself to become an active participant in the market rather than just a passive observer.
And it reinforces the idea that investing doesn't have to be this exclusive club reserved for financial experts.
Right.
Anyone can participate, learn, and potentially succeed.
Now, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins.
Okay.
He seems to take a very straightforward and simple approach to building wealth.
He does, and I think that's what makes his book so appealing.
Okay.
He cuts through all the noise and complexity that can surround investing
Yeah.
and offers a clear and concise path to financial freedom.
So it's about distilling those core principles down to their essence.
Exactly. He emphasizes the importance of saving consistently, investing in low-cost index funds, and letting compound growth work its magic over time.
It's a philosophy that resonates with anyone who's looking for a sustainable and relatively stress-free approach to building wealth.
And it's a reminder that you don't need to be a financial wizard or a day trading guru to achieve your financial goals.
Right.
Sometimes the simplest approach is the most effective.
Now let's talk about a book that addresses a challenge that many people face on their financial journey.
Okay.
Debt, Live Richer Challenge by Tiffany A. Leach seems to provide a roadmap for overcoming that obstacle.
It does. Elise recognizes that debt can be a major roadblock to achieving financial freedom, including investing.
Yeah.
She provides practical steps and encouragement to help you get your finances in order and start building wealth.
So it's about creating a solid foundation by getting your debt under control before diving into investing?
Exactly. She focuses on creating a budget, paying down debt strategically, and developing a healthy money mindset.
So she's saying, let's clear the clutter first, then we can start building something beautiful.
Precisely. And once you've tackled that debt, you can focus on building a brighter financial future through investing.
You know, as we're discussing these books, I'm struck by how much emphasis they place on the long-term perspective.
That's a key theme that runs throughout all of them, isn't it?
It is, investing is not about getting rich quick.
Right.
It's about making consistent progress over time and letting compound growth work its magic.
Exactly. It's about patience, discipline, and staying focused on your goals, even when the market throws you a curveball.
And it's a reminder that financial success is a journey, not a destination.
Totally.
It's about enjoying the process of learning, growing, and making smart choices that will benefit you for years to come.
Now, before we move on,
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Okay.
Of all the books we've discussed so far, which one has resonated with you the most and why?
You know, it's interesting how even though these books are all about investing, so many of them emphasize the human element.
Yeah, totally.
It's not just about numbers and charts.
Right.
It's about psychology,
Mm-hmm.
mindset. Yeah.
And making decisions that align with your values.
Think about the intelligent investor.
Yeah.
Graham doesn't just teach you how to analyze the balance sheet. He also talks about the importance of controlling your emotions.
Right.
And not getting swept up in market hype.
And even a book like Rich Dad, Poor Dad,
Mm-hmm.
which challenges a lot of conventional financial wisdom,
Yeah.
is ultimately about taking control of your own financial destiny.
Definitely, it's about understanding how money works
Mm-hmm.
and making it work for you.
Rather than the other way around.
Exactly. And speaking of taking control,
Yeah.
we can't forget the importance of managing risk.
That's a theme that comes up in several of these books.
It is.
You mentioned diversification earlier, the idea of not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Right. That's a classic risk management strategy.
And it doesn't just apply to your investment portfolio.
Oh, definitely not.
It's a good principle for life in general.
It really is.
Don't rely on just one source of income.
Right.
Don't put all your faith in one person.
Or one idea.
Spreading your risk, whether it's financial or otherwise, can make you more resilient in the face of uncertainty.
Exactly. And beyond a diversification.
Yeah,
Understanding your own risk tolerance is crucial.
so true.
Some people are comfortable with more volatility in their investments, while others prefer a slower, steadier approach. There's no right or wrong answer. It's about finding what aligns with your personality and your financial goals.
It's like choosing the right hiking trail.
Oh, I like that.
Some people enjoy a challenging climb with breathtaking views, while others prefer a leisurely stroll through a peaceful forest.
Ah.
The important thing is to choose the path that's right for you.
And it reminds me that the financial world can feel very overwhelming, especially if you're just starting out.
Why, for sure.
There's so much jargon,
Yeah.
so many different strategies.
It can be hard to know where to begin.
That's where these books come in.
Exactly.
They're like experience guides leading you through unfamiliar territory.
They demystify complex concepts, offer practical advice, and inspire you to take action.
They also remind us that we're not alone on this journey.
So, countless others have walked this path before, and they've shared their wisdom and experiences in these pages.
So if you're feeling intimidated or overwhelmed, remember that every successful investor was once a beginner.
Right.
Pick up one of these books, start learning, and don't be afraid to ask questions.
The more you learn, the more confident you'll become in making financial decisions that align with your goals.
You know, something that's really resonated with me throughout this whole deep dive
Yeah.
is the idea that investing is about so much more than just making money.
I agree. It's about creating a life of freedom, security, and purpose.
It's about using your resources to support the causes you care about, to make a difference in the world, and to build a legacy that extends beyond yourself.
It's about aligning your financial decisions with your values and using your money as a tool to create a better future, not just for yourself, but for generations to come. And that brings us to a final question for you to ponder as you embark on your own investing adventure.
Okay.
What do you want your legacy to be? How will you use your resources and your knowledge to make a positive impact on the world?
Those are big questions.
They are.
And they might not have easy answers, but they're worth considering.
I think so.
Because investing at its core is about more than just financial returns.
Absolutely.
It's about creating a life of meaning, purpose, and impact.
So as you continue on your investing journey, remember to invest wisely, invest ethically, and invest with purpose.
And who knows, maybe someday your story will inspire others to do the same.
That would be amazing.
Until next time, happy investing.